You are watching William Patterson University Television.
Welcome back to the desk. Who won your Patterson's men's and women's basketball team are starting out in solid in NJAC competition. Starting out for us to talk some Pioneer hoops, we have Jimmy, Andrew G, Anthony, and Andrew B. Now, Andrew, we're going to start with you. You know, we highlighted Brianna Brooks a couple weeks ago. You know, there's a couple of Pioneer stars who are off the hot start. Justina Cabezas had back-to-back 20-point games. Who's breaking out on the women's team for you this year, Andrew?
Yeah, Justina Cabezas is my breakout player this year. Like you said, 20 points in her two last games. She had a double-double against FDU. We'll take a look at her stats. She's averaging 14 points, 4 boards this season, shooting 56% from the field, and averaging a block per game. She's off to a really good start this season.
Really hot start. Anthony, who you got?
Let's go with a little bit of a transfer. Let's go with Kiana Vigo, transfer for Penn State Wilkes-Barre. She's third on the team with scoring. Fourth in rebounds and third on the team in steals. She's averaging a steal per game. She's shooting 46% from three, which is very impressive as a forward. And she also adds some much-needed height to this Pioneer team. This Pioneer team is generally pretty small, so that height that she adds goes a long, long way.
Yeah, and 46%, that's the highest three-point percentage on the team. 17 threes, so that's a pretty good clip for shooting them that many amount of threes. Andrew G, who you got?
I'm going to go Sierra Strong. She has 5 points per game. So if you take a look here, 5 points per game, 7 rebounds per game, averaging half a block, 44 from the field, and she's averaging 17 minutes. She also has 35 boards, which is trailing one behind Brianna Brooks.
So look, you know, those two, they carry the boards for the team. You know, both of them do a great job. Jimmy, who you got?
Give me the freshman Victoria Palladino, absolutely killing it this season in her freshman campaign. 4.8 points per game. She leads the team in assists with 3.2. 33% from three. She can shoot the rock as well. 25 minutes per game, absolutely killing. She got the first start of the season as a freshman. Very impressive.
Very, very impressive. Now, gentlemen, the women's team got off to a little bit of a slow start, but they're all heartbreakers, Anthony. You know, they lost both of those games by 3 points, I believe. Or three of those games they lost by at least 5 points. But they've been on the comeback since they've won 3 straight games. Anthony, what's been the difference in play for the Pioneers?
Yeah, Samory, they lost their first 2 games very close, and they got blown out by Drew University, but they've battled back since then. They beat Ramapo by 2 points. They beat FDU by 3 points. And a big thing against that Ramapo game, they outscored Ramapo 27-19 in the fourth quarter. They actually blew a game against Susquehanna to start the season. So to see them, you know, come back from a deficit and hold on to that lead was very encouraging. And a little nugget to keep an eye on. They have not been out-rebounded in in any of the games they've won. Right. So something to keep an eye on. When they get their rebounds, when they're out-rebounding their opponents, they get dubs.
Rebounds win championships, gentlemen. From playing basketball in high school, I've always heard it. Rebounds win championships. Andrew, who you got?
I got coaching. I mean, we all know it. Coach Monahan's been here for almost 30 years. It's longer than any of us have been alive. She's got 5 freshmen on this team. She's got a couple seniors. They're all working together right now. There's a lot of good chemistry going on. These freshmen are picking it up. The seniors are picking it up. Coach Monahan's doing a phenomenal job. Girls are looking good.
Yeah. Always a good job. And Coach Monahan celebrated her 1,000th win. Or she's going to celebrate when the Pioneers have their first home game. So we're going to look out for that as well. Andrew G, who you got?
I'm going to go Sierra Tenacity.
Yes.
Finishing the play, limiting turnovers. They have to keep the ball, and they have to go down court fast-paced because they had 0 fast break points against Ramapo. You can't have that winning basketball.
Yeah. Jimmy?
I'm going to go with controlling the pace, like Ballistreri alluded to. Rebounds win game, turnovers lose games. If you can get the ball to Brianna Brooks, Justina Cabezas, play your game through your offense, you will win a lot of games in the NJAC.
Yeah, and the NJAC is what we're looking forward to. You know, those are the biggest games. But Jimmy, as we said, you know, there was a difference between the first 3 games and the first 2. What have you seen there?
Well, if we take a look at the stats here of the Pioneers' first 3 close losses on the beginning of the season in comparison to their last 2 games in which they won, take a look at it right here. Points per game, 58 versus 57.7. Opponents' points per game. The defense has taken a major step up. It's almost 10 points less allowed. Rebounds, talked about it, increase. Fourth quarter points per game, so they're getting it done in crunch time. And points per game off turnovers, getting out in open field, open court, making big buckets.
Yeah, we love to see the improvement from the Pioneers, and like we said, those two heartbreaking games. You know, it's stuff like that. I think it makes you better. Now let's shift over to the men's side of the court. Anthony, the Pioneers are off to a great start. They're starting 4-1. They just defeated NJCU last Wednesday. Anthony, take us through that game.
We got a present for all you guys here. An early Christmas present. We got some highlights to show. So let's take a look at those. We're going to pick it up here in the second half. Pioneers at one point led this game by 20 points. Here's Nick Rodriguez. Look at this shot. All the way from the corner, drains that when you see the bench going absolutely crazy on the sidelines. And here's Nick Rodriguez again. A nice find by Adrian Lopez. Wide open three. You can't leave Nick Rodriguez open. He started the game 4 for 4 from beyond the arc. And the Pioneers' overall shot as a team, 48% from 3. So that's a big storyline in this game. Brian Monahan makes a huge cut to the basket there. And we're going to see it again. Monahan is going to make another nice cut to the basket. After a little scramble, here's Cepeda, who's going to find Monahan, as I said, lay that one up and in. And that pretty much sealed the deal. Like I said, the Pioneers once led by 20 points. That lead got all the way down to 5 points. So NJCU came all the way back But the Pioneers, with some big stops, as you see there by Adrian Lopez, were able to lock this game up. And like I said, when you're shooting almost a coin flip from three, you're going to win games. And the Pioneers did that. They did that here.
Andrew, what did you see from the game?
I mean, I saw Nick Rodriguez and Dominic Mignon absolutely light it up. Dom went off for 19 points in the first half. Nick hit 5 threes. Dom actually hit 4 threes too. I mean, they shot 48% from the field and from three. It was an amazing game.
Love to see it from the Pioneers. You know, that 1-2 punch right there, like that corner three that we saw, awesome shot by Nick Rodriguez. Andrew G, who you got? Or what you got from the game?
Nick Rodriguez, shooting 5 from 8, and the team shot 33% beyond the arc. And when you shoot 33% threes, you're going to win games.
Yeah, no doubt. Jimmy?
Dom Mignon, player of the game for me, 21 points, led the game, both teams in points, steals, and rebounds. He had 9. William Patterson, 19 turnovers forced in all of their games this season. When you do that, that's winning basketball. That's what Coach Chapman loves to see.
Yeah, and as we said at the beginning, 4-1 to start the season off for the Pioneers. Now, Andrew G, we have a big road trip. We're going to go against Rutgers Newark and Montclair State. Do you think the Pioneers get the win in both of these games?
I think they can. These are both great teams, both winning records. These are both marquee matchups. But looking at the graphic here, when we look at this, Rutgers Newark 5-2, Montclair's 4-2. But Montclair State, we all know it, in the NJAC, you have to win against your rivalry. And if you don't, there's going to be bad blood.
Yeah. I mean, always Montclair and WV, every time they have games in the Rec Center or in Montclair, always really good games. Andrew B, what do you expect from this road trip from the Pioneers?
Yeah, I mean, this is a big road trip. Rutgers Newark beat NJCU by 10 a couple weeks ago and beat Kane by 18. Kane looks really good. They also beat Montclair by 11. And then Montclair also lost to Ramapo. So, I mean, Rutgers shooting lights out from three, 40% as a team. They're both bigger teams than us. We got to be fast. We got to get out there on the break, hit threes, get steals, win some games.
Yeah. Jimmy?
You know, Ballistreri alluded to it. We're a bit undersized in comparison to Rutgers Newark and Montclair State. You look for the team to have a big effort on the boards, boxing out, hitting their free throws, taking advantage of the little things. That'll go a long way in conference play.
Anthony, quickly close us out.
These games are going to be very tough. We all know that. But I am a shill, an absolute sucker when it comes to the Montclair State rivalry. This game's going to be a good game. I hope the scoreboard operator's ready because Montclair State's averaging 95 points a game, but they're also allowing 85 points a game. So it's going to be a high-scoring game. It's got to be a lot of action, a lot of fireworks. Something to keep an eye on, though. Montclair State's forcing almost 20 turnovers a game. So Pioneers are going to need to control the ball. And I think, honestly, whoever wins the turnover battle is going to win this game.
Well, gentlemen, we cannot wait for that matchup. That's going to be evenly stacked matchup with two rivalries. It's going to be a fun one. Well, we had a huge week here in Pioneer Sports. We're going to have another huge week next week as well. And there's also been a huge week in the NFL. We're going to pass it over to the Gridiron coming up next here on WP Sports Desk.